And that's how I like to use delays, but more importantly what I'm showing you is how now I've got this delay track and it's set to bus 13 and 14, and I can send my harmony, my extra vocals, my scat track, my extra I can send all of those to one delay and they'll all have that great delay sound, but I don't have to open up multiple delay plugins. It's only one plugin, and that's going to save you some horsepower. And in the meantime, when you start using sends a lot, go ahead and name them so you don't get confused, because sometimes you're going to forget what's bus 13, 14 going to. So just right click it and choose rename and then call it something more memorable like Vox Delay. Okay. So now it's called Vox Delay, and look, it changed it down here too. So anytime you want to send, it's going to give you that option. Oh, Vox Delay. There it is. All right, so that's using delays and reverbs. It's really good for those types of effects that you're going to send a lot of instruments to. Just open it up once. And then the other thing I wanted to show you, we're just plowing through today, is a real quick use of the master fader. So say you're done with your song. Let's get to a point of the song. Let's see. Let's get to the very end chorus. There's a lot going on. When I'm done with a song, if you want to do a real quick rough master, I mean, you want to get the song to a point where you could throw it up on the web and it's not going to be too quiet and it's going to be punchy enough. Here's a real rough way to do it. Get to the probably the loudest part of your song, the part where the most is going on, and flip back over and create a stereo master fader. And what this is just like it sounds. This is your stereo, your mix bus. This is where all your tracks are sent to. They're all sent to main out, or your, 1 and 2 outputs, whatever you call it. And this defaults to be that same. So this is where you can put plugins on your entire mix. Okay, so let's take a listen to what's going on in this part of the song. You are the rainbow in our sky. So right here is where I would start tweaking with a limiter. Okay, and this again is just rough mastering. This isn't what you're going to do when you really want this to be polished, but when you want to get something done quick, come up here and grab dynamics and grab, I just use the compressor limiter. It comes free with Pro Tools. Real simple. So what I'm just going to do is start messing with it while we're listening to the song. Everything sweeter in our lives. So won't you take this song of love to remind you that God is great and His love for you. So do you see now what that limiter was able to do when I had this really high ratio? It's going to, anything that goes above this threshold, which is this little orange guy here, it's going to slam down as hard as it can on those peaks. And then that makes, the song a little more even. It reduces the dynamic range technically. But then what that allows you to do is take the overall gain, boost the volume of this squashed down mix, and you won't have these crazy peaks anymore. And that brings up the overall volume of everything and gets you a nice, bigger, louder sounding mix. So it's a very basic tool, but you can use a limiter on your master fader to get the overall mix volume up a bit, so that hopefully while you're mixing, it's peaking, and you don't want it to clip. It's going to peak right around there, right under 0. And that gives you a much more regular level, and then when you're ready to bounce it down, it won't be too quiet. Okay, so this is good for rough mixes, throwing it up there. If your band wants to know how the mix is coming, I'll use this a lot. Just quickly get a mix up there. All right. I mean, I'm exhausted because I feel like there's so much we could go over with mixing, but hopefully using a high pass filter, using aux inputs to route your tracks to for effects will help, and using a master fader and a basic limiter will help you as well get to a good mix much faster. Thanks for joining us, guys, over here at the recordingrevolution.com. Thanks for doing the One Song, 1 Month challenge. Stick around. Every week there'll be new videos, new tutorials, and new tips on just how to get the most out of your home studio so you can be productive making music in 2010. All right, guys? Take care.